Let's bring into the conversation right now real estate developer, our friend Uri Mann, to talk about how this is going to impact the real estate industry and the market as well. Uri joins me. Good to see you, Uri. I know you've been following this story.
Happy Friday, Shabbat Shalom, and absolutely, it's going to be felt. If you have a friend who is a realtor, you can call them up, go meet them, bring a box of tissues because they're upset today because their commissions, as they know it, are going away in a big way. If the average home price in the United States is in the range of $425,000, that means that buyers have been paying a brokerage fee of about $25,000. That number is likely to get cut in half. But what does that mean? That is actually great news if you're looking to buy a home, because after July, you will save a great deal of money, somewhere in the range of $6,000 to $12,000 or more if you buy a more expensive home. You're no longer going to be responsible for for paying a buyer's commission, and the seller is no longer going to be responsible.
I mean, that's really significant. I'm not a lawyer, but I want to go into, the suit that kind of kicked all of this off. So home sellers brought this against the National Association of Realtors, in addition to several major brokerages. They argued that the trade group's rules governing homes listed for sale on its affiliated multiple listing services unfairly propped up agent commissions, and the rules also incentivized agents representing buyers to avoid showing their clients listings where the seller's broker was offering a lower commission to the buyer's agent. So was this all about kind of real estate agents getting together and manipulating some of this? I mean, this was a $418 million settlement, and it's going to go to some of these home sellers who felt that they were manipulated.
Yeah, what's going on here, the sellers are paying for the buyer's commissions. That's what's been going on for the last 50 years in the United States. So you're selling your home, and it seems unfair to somebody selling a home that they automatically have to pay a buyer's broker an additional 3% above and beyond the 3% that they're selling, that they're paying their listing broker. So the sellers of these homes said, hey, we've had enough of this. Why are we being forced to do it? Why is the National Association of Realtors putting the commissions on their websites, on their MLS, forcing all of these sellers to pay not just the seller's commission, but also the buyer's commission? So now going forward, if you're listing a home, you're no longer required to pay the buyer's commission, which means that if you're a buyer and you're out there, you're going to look at the market and everyone is going to be competing to offer that same service as a buyer's broker. So if you're thinking about buying a home today, you're going to go and ask several brokers, hey, would you show me some homes? And they're going to be required to come to you, put something in writing, and they're going to say, hey, listen, I'll show you homes, but you've got to sign up here on this document that you're going to pay me a 1% commission. Well, guess what? Everyone's going to compete. It's no longer going to be 3%, 2%. It might be 1%, might be 0.5% for the buyer's broker, because people want buyers. When it's a seller's market, people are looking for the buyers. Right. So that is what's going to happen. Now, it's not bad news for everybody in the brokerage community. Some brokerage firms will do really well. For example, here in Houston, we've got a new firm called White House Global Properties. They basically cap the commissions that the brokerage will keep at $25,000 a year, which means that if you're an agent in that firm, you keep 100% of the commissions beyond $25,000. So people today, all the agents today are going to be scrambling to figure out ways to make more money since their commissions are going to be cut. They're going to be moving to those types of new platforms that limit the commissions that the brokerage can keep. Okay. So there are brokerages out there, luxury brokerages, especially seasoned professionals, who are going to do very well.
So to your point, it seems like this is going to level the playing field, and you've already alluded to this. This is expected to drive down housing costs.
Yes.
So maybe it's not going to be as challenging for some of these agents and brokers to sell more homes to get more commissions, right? I mean, that's kind of the idea that I had in my head here.
Yeah, they're going to have to sell more homes to get the same commissions, or they're going to have to move to one of these brokerages that basically caps the commission that goes to the brokerage. But you're absolutely right. Today is a great day for the home building business because you can look at the stock prices of Lennar and D.R. Horton. All of these home building stocks have gone up because now it's cheaper to buy a home in America. Simple as that. It has become less expensive. The transactional cost for buying a home has been reduced significantly. In some cases, in the range of, $12,000 to $6,000 on an average home, can be a lot more for a more expensive home. And so these builders are going to do better because automatically they've just created an incredible incentive for people to go out there. So if you've been thinking about buying a home, now is the time to go look for a home. Make sure that your closing takes place in July, because all of these new laws will be in place after July, and you'll save on that transactional cost. You won't pay the full 6%. You're most likely going to pay 3% plus whatever you negotiate with your buyer's broker if you have one.
Yeah, and apparently the rule changes are set to go into effect in mid-July. Also, and I think you might agree with this, but aside from this whole debacle there at the NAR, it's gone through a lot of leadership changes in the past year, and so maybe this will kind of be somewhat of a starting point where they can wipe the deck clean and start over here as well. Also, the NAR agreed to require agents or others working with the home buyer to enter into a written agreement with them that's meant to ensure home buyers know going in what their agent will charge them for their services. Uri, what about, some of these online platforms like Zillow and others? Are they impacted by this at all? What about if you want to just sell your home yourself?
They're actually impacted as well. Zillow, you can see the stock price of Zillow went down today. And the big reason is people are thinking the overall amount of commissions that these online platforms will be able to collect has gone down. So they're hurting because of this change. And the luxury brokers that are capping the commissions, those are the ones that are probably going to gain, and so are the home builders. And really, this is a win for the average consumer, because the average consumer now can go out and buy a home and pay less. The transactional cost is more similar on average to what you see in other countries, like in the United Kingdom, in Israel, and Europe. The average commission is in the range of 1% to 2%. It's not been 5% to 6% like in the United States. It's been a sweetheart deal for the realtors in the U.S. for a long time.
Do you think it'll deter anyone from entering the industry? I mean, is this going to be somewhat of a turnoff?
It's definitely going to be a turnoff. In the United States right now, we have about 2 million realtors. That's basically one for every legal age person. 1 out of 100 legal age people in the United States is a realtor. Everybody knows a realtor. And now a lot of those folks that were expecting to make some money, they're going to see the commissions going down. They're going to exit the industry.
Oh, wow.
So the realtors that'll stay in the business, they might make more money, especially if they're on the luxury side. But there's going to be a lot of people exiting the business. They're going to hear about this. It's in the news. We're speaking about it today. This is the biggest change in the real estate transactional market, in the brokerage market, in the last 100 years in the United States. This is hugely impactful.
Uri, man, we got to leave it at that. I always appreciate your insight into this, and we hope you have a good weekend. Talk soon.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
All right.